Let's look at some fiscal policy options. Classical economics is a school of thought stating the markets will regulate themselves and recover from the ups and the downs on their own. So we talked about the cycle, the economic cycle, right? We have starting at the bottom, the trough, expansion, the peak, and then contraction back down to the trough again. Milton Friedman said, let the free enterprise system solve the economic problems, not the government. The Great Depression happened, and it kind of challenged this idea. During the Depression, the economy did not recover quickly. Prices fell, but demand did not increase, so many people lacked jobs and money. John Maynard Keynes introduced a theory about the economy, now called Keynesian economics, which encouraged a greater role for the government in the economy. Keynes said the Depression lasted because neither consumers nor businesses had an incentive to increase spending. Companies wouldn't increase production if consumers had no jobs or money to buy their products, so they weren't going to hire more people, so people didn't have money or jobs to buy their products. Keynes' argument that the government could buy more goods and services, encouraging production, which in turn would put more people back to work. Fiscal policy is powerful because of the multiplier effect. That's the idea that a dollar change in fiscal policy can have several times that impact on the economy. For example, if the government buys $10 billion in goods and services, GDP should increase by much more than 10 billion. So say the government decides to build a dam, okay? So they have to buy all the supplies, right? They have to buy all the supplies for the dam, and then they have to buy the labor. So when they pay all the money for the supplies, right? All the people providing those supplies, the cement stores, the rebar companies, the architecture, the everything that they use. Well, when those people get their money, they're going to spend it. And then whoever they spend their money with, those people are going to spend it. And even if it gets put into a bank, the bank's going to loan it out. So it's going to get back into the economy again. The effect occurs because firms spend the $10 billion on wages, raw materials, and investment. The people who receive this money also spend it, creating more economic activity. Supply-side economics argues that a better way to encourage economic activity is to lower taxes and put more money in people's pockets. People will then use that money to make investments and create jobs. In recent times, both Keynesian and supply-side economics have won favor. Keynesian economics dominated the decades following World War II, but under President Reagan in the 80s, the government implemented supply-side policies with a huge tax cut. The recession that started in 2008, 7 and 8 seems to have introduced a return to Keynesian principles. And here are your questions. Well, since the recession ended, now President Trump with his tax cut has gone back to supply side economics. So it kind of shifts back and forth. Thanks.